wanted to move on and talk about now was a little bit of AFL YouTube beef. Now, this is obviously a bit exciting. I've seen this. Have you ever heard of a guy on YouTube called... sorry, not YouTube. He's on Facebook a lot. I think I've sent you one thing of his. He's called Cooper or Scoops. He's AFL trade rumours and... I
think so,
results.
yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure.
I think you may remember this. He came out with an exclusive once, this was last year, that Jack Lukosius was going to be leaving.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy thinks, well, his dream, I think, has been to like become an AFL journalist or whatever, but has obviously doesn't really want to put in the work to become an actual journalist.
So he just makes up shit like some normal journalist do.
Yeah, so I mean, he's fit for the role. The funny thing is as well, when he did a face reveal. Now we'll talk about this a bit later as well, like the situation. But he did a face reveal, and the person who announced it was Tom Morris of all people. So he's got some good friends there. Yeah. And apparently as well, he's been trying to call on this guy's been trying to call up Trade Radio and like make up like his exclusives or whatever. Trade Radio blocked his number.
That's even better.
That's fucking hilarious. But anyway, this guy has been and a guy on YouTube called Egg Footy. Now he makes some like videos with like unique commentary AFL videos with like a unique editing style. You probably watch a couple of his videos; they're actually quite good. But basically, what Egg Footy did a couple of years ago was last year made a video about Scoops and how he's a bit of a fuckwit, basically. So Scoops is known in the AFL community for YouTube and content or whatever because he like makes up content like he's like trying to be a journalist but not impartial, which they need to be. Like he's a very huge Saints fan. Like he did like a pseudo crappy Boundary Riders medal. Like he did his own. He's done it for the last few years, but every single time someone wins it, it's the St Kilda player. Like Jack Sinclair won it, I think, for him. So he's very biased towards St Kilda. But Egg Footy made a video about him, basically coming out, a pretty light-hearted video, quite funny, about how Scoops is like portrayed himself in the community. How what he will do is someone comes up against him, he'll just block them. He's kind of a child, basically. But also, there's been some like allegations being thrown his way that kind of not pretty inappropriate to talk about, but like Egg Footy did defend him, said like there's not any huge evidence against it, so that's kind of, I'm not gonna speculate on that. So really he was like pretty nice about it in the end and was pretty half and half on the whole situation. But Scoops did not like this at all, and apparently at this year's AFL finals, at the grand final had the festival the day before.
Yeah.
They met up, and apparently this Scoops guy was going to dox Egg Footy. So you know what doxing is? Basically, he's going to like post his... Because this Egg Footy at the time didn't have his face revealed, so he's going to like post his picture, face reveal him, and basically dox him. Like apparently, like if you show someone's face and they don't want to have their face shown, they could find out where they work, find out even where they live. That's really fucked. So at the time, obviously, now this is like hugely fucked. Like he made a video about him, like it was a critique video. Like if someone made a critique video about me or whatever, I'd feel a bit like whatever. But the video was very lighthearted, and I've watched it, and it was quite funny. But also, it was the one thing I think that he didn't like was he got pretty big in the AFL community. Like it got nearly 30,000 views, which is pretty big for an AFL content like beef, quote unquote. But yeah. Basically, that all boiled down. This is what he fucking did. I think he, allegedly, I'll just put that in there because I don't want to get sued. There's this guy, he could sue someone. Yeah. Fucking, he's that much of a fuckwit. But anyway, this Scoops guy actually got a kid to take a photo of this Egg Footy guy. This Scoops guy, his name is age 25. And instead of doing it himself, doing this dirty work himself, he paid a little kid to do it.
Yeah.
He's our age. We're 25 as well. He paid some guy to fucking because he was at the grand final. It's Egg Footy guy because he's a Brisbane supporter, so he's at the grand final. He was going to go to the grand final. So he basically took photos of him and was planning to dox him you know, post the photos. Egg Footy caught him out, you know, talked to him pretty reasonably, considering if I had someone do that, I'd fucking be ropeable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care now, obviously, our faces fucking revealed, here they are, but, like, if you want to keep yourself private, you know, don't fucking post pictures of someone if they want to stay private.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing as well is Scoops, when he got his face revealed as well, he actually previously got himself, someone was, like, posting his photo before he got it done. So he knows how bad it can feel, but he did it anyway. So... yeah, basically, he hated the video that Egg Footy did before, and now Egg Footy has released another video, and this is where all this information has came out about the doxing, about all this sort of information about how he is just a real quote unquote cunt, like he's just an asshole. Like, and then what he's done as well is he started, you know, sending messages to Egg Footy and that, like, saying, like, I'm really sorry, I'm just going through a lot of mental health issues right now, like, trying to make him, you know, the emotional manipulation to try and stop him from making the video and posting it. But, yeah, I just think that this whole situation that was done, like, this Egg Footy, not, like, these guys aren't really that big in the scheme of things, but the sort of stuff that he was, like, trying to say, like, he was going to say, like, he was going to beat him up, like, this Egg Footy was going to beat up this Scoops guy. I just think it's just atrocious. And this guy, Scoops, wants to, like, be seen as, like, an AFL journalist. Like, he wants to be somewhat taken seriously, if you can take an AFL journalist seriously these days. But at the end of the day, I think it's just a joke that this guy would come out, one, try and dox someone, considering he's had that happen to himself, so he knows how bad it can be. And, yeah, I just thought this whole situation was really quite interesting because, like, for one, AFL, YouTube... So, basically, beef on YouTube can happen from any different direction, but, yeah, this is where it happened here. This guy was 25 and is acting like an absolute fucking flog, in my opinion. I just think that if... You probably would watch this if I do make this into a clip or something, or title the podcast, like, dude, pull your head in. Like, honestly, there's no need to do this kind of stuff. If this Egg Footy releases, I think he's going to stop putting videos and stop making jokes about him, which is fair enough. But at the end of the day, man, like, no need to do that sort of stuff. Like, just pull your head in and just do your AFL content, man. That's what I'll basically say. Like, you know, just have fun and make your AFL journalism, and maybe just lower your exclusives as well. Like, I think he made a couple of exclusives this trade period as well. He said that Jack Ginnivan was going to go to Richmond, which I think I sent. Did I send that to you?
No, I don't think you ever did send that to me.
No. That's basically when I just lost all credit. Because when I first found this Scoops guy, and before I found all this information out about him, I thought, like, oh, it's kind of interesting that an AFL journalist, like an independent, he's just doing stuff on Facebook. It's actually quite interesting. You know, like, I kind of get that, like, sort of, not really what we're doing, but, you know, I kind of like the independent sort of stuff, and, you know, maybe he's posting some good shit, but apparently he's just posting fucking false shit all over the place, and then, like, you know, pulls the mental health card, and, like, I'm not saying that mental health is, like, not an issue, because of course it is, but if you put it on yourself, that's on you. Don't blame anyone else.
Yeah.
That's your fault. Like, fucking, if you got mental health issues because people are, like, bullying you for this, like, well, pull your head in, that's your fault. Like, it's not anyone else's fault if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you seem super interested about this whole topic. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, guys. I think that this Scoops guy needs to pull his head in, and I feel sorry for the Egg Footy guy. I mean, he's done a lot better now. He's came out with that video. Everyone's in support of him, obviously. He's done a face reveal, and everything's fine. But, yeah, I just think that's a whole fucking cunt thing to do. But, anyway, we'll move on.